Master Grade Rezel Type C General Reveal Defensor A and B Units. Hey, what's up again everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs2Bs, Gundam.tk. You've already seen the unbox here for this mouthful of a title, the Rezel Type C GR to keep it simple. You've seen the manual and now it's time to take a look at the actual plastic that's going to make up this very cool variable transforming mobile suit. When you take the plates out of the bags, you're going to be treated to this pile, which is going to make up the actual mobile suit, and this one over here, which is going to be all of the added-on weapons, looking very intimidating in terms of just pure amount of plastic here. These ones are just going to be labeled simply Rezel. These ones are going to have that mouthful of a name there with the Defensor A and B units, Rezel Type C. For the A-plate itself, somewhat humorous because there's just so little orange to actually go and make up this kit. You've got the front and the back of the chest with some decent details built in down there. A small piece here, and then you've got fronts and backs for the feet. And outside of that gray part up there, you're going to have the rest of the body that's going to be made up of a light gray there. And one of the tiniest little pieces I think that you'll ever see Bandai inject into a thing. Yes, it's good to have the V there on your waist. I wonder if it's going to be visible. But if the A-plate deserves a laugh, this one deserves applause here. Anytime you're getting this many clear parts there, it's just fantastic. I love the idea of the commander types and the regular type just swapping red and green here. And now we're getting yellow, so you can go and mix and match and do whatever you want if you don't mind getting your hands on just these plates. You can see that they've got detachable parts down there that they can add on depending on which version of the Rezel they'll put out. The C-plate begins the bulk of the outer armor here. As you can see that you're going to have some big legs there. Love seeing all those cutout parts down there. That just means it's going to be showing off some good inner frame underneath. Not so much lining as it is going to be edging for a lot of these larger pieces, but some of the detailed parts like the shoulders are looking fantastic. Idented D-plates here, which are going to be giving you some of the parts for the front of the legs, and again, that nice circular theme that's going to go oh so well with those clear parts. With a very small E-plate here, it's only a quarter, and you've just got the two parts there. Finally, a little bit of lining opportunities there, but you can see that this one is just going to be labeled regular Rezel, nothing to do, Type C it seems. The F-plate, though, was a pleasant surprise for me out of the box because compared to the gray that's going to be making up the rest of the body, you can see that this plate is going to be bright, bright white, and it's not the only one. You can see that it is going to have the ability for Bandai to turn on and off the injection pumps over there. You're going to be getting a lot of small little details, and I just think the fact that you've already got these, which are going to have holes in a lot of them, when you're actually putting those on top of the gray, it's going to create a very nice offset. Not quite real grayish as we've got too many large parts for it. Nonetheless, it's a very nice touch. Standing and seated pilot over there. Before the G-plate moves us into inner frame category, and it's just great to see the amount of details here. It's the kind of thing where if you wanted to build up one of these and just show off the inner frame or create some sort of a hangar scene where a Rezel was being repaired, nobody would be embarrassed to be showing off these insides. And the H here is going to have the regular gun, which is also going to be used by the Delta Plus, if you can make it out up there. Some pretty decent details and some lining possibilities. Before I take you to show you the I-plate here, ABS plastic, which is fitting for a transforming mobile suit. You can see the parts for the hips and for the hands there, 3-finger trigger finger splits. The front and back of the head are also going to have some details there. Hopefully that's going to show up under the clear parts. More ABS here for Jay, and I can't help but be reminded of the Zeta Gundam when you put these all together on the sides of the legs. Two identical K-plates there, also made out of ABS. You can see some small moving parts down there to the larger parts that are probably going to go and make up the knees to go along with the fronts of the shins. A big plate of polycaps here. This is PC-122 and Saber 1s, and you know that these are about to get totally outshone with the second half of this kit. Skipping over LMN, it's on to just the Type C Defensor A and B units here, and if you check this out, Defensor B unit, you're talking about a whole plate just to put together these mega beam launchers. That is going to pack a punch. Lots of doubles here with the P plate, providing you the parts that are going to be making up some of the cooler parts, and the micro missiles there from the A Defensor unit. The Q plate here, there's only going to be one of them, but you can see that nose cone over there that's going to be on the back and sticking out quite prominently is going to be done up here. Lots of interesting details when you see these pieces here. The way that they've got holes in a variety of places, and some good carving even on the undersides. But it's back to the big guns here, two R plates. This is actually going to be ABS plastic, regardless of the fact it has nothing to do with the transformation, but it's Macross Missile Massacre time. Check out these little details here. It's the kind of thing where you don't have to do any paint to them whatsoever, but if you wanted to take them off and paint them up in red or something, you know you could, but I think it's going to look good right out of the containers themselves there. Lines across all over the place, just very, very well carved for this kit, and those I can't wait to have shooting off angrily. A single S-plate here is going to be providing you with some more moving parts over there, but I think this has got to be the eye catcher over here. It's got a walking stick, by which I mean this is going to be propping him up on the back because his backpack is going to be so huge for both the A and the B it's depicted there, that without this he'd probably go toppling backwards. I wonder how he's going to work with even an action-based one. So at the same time, it's always disappointing that they need it, but at the same time, it's great that they do include it. And penultimately, I'm blasted to the past here. These look like they're straight out of the Double Zeta Gundam Master Grade here. And I'm also talking about the colors. For whatever reason, the Double Zeta just had the whitest plastic, it seemed. Always came across as a little bit cheap compared to what we're getting in new ones. This one doesn't feel so cheap, but it is definitely more of the smoother type compared to the plastic that we're sort of used to getting here with this bright white color. Can't wait to see these added to the Saber 3s here, the Z plate from Double Zeta. This is going all the way back to 2000. Chop those up, and yes, I don't think you'll ever use the regular beam sabers when you've got these ones at your disposal. Well, I suppose half the time. And I expected a lot more, but only a single bolt inside. So lots of fun with the unbox here. I could not believe that it's only going to be half MS and the rest is going to be custom here for the Type C. Can't wait to see the Defensor A and B units in action. Great work with the seals. The manual is solid, and when you see throw-ins like this, well, not throw-ins, it's just a pleasant blast from the past. And just the way that Unicorn, it just sort of proves what they've been doing so well, taking the best elements of UC that we all know and love, incorporating it, modernizing it, and just taking a mix of great stuff. And it's the kind of thing where when you see that there is another MSV manga out there, that you just want to go out and see what these 3 stars are all about. But this has to be all about the actual mobile suits, so stick around to see the parts in the next part of the review, and of course, it all put together and transformed. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please let me know what you think. See ya. Well, I'm glad that my master grade is going to be coming with the effect parts. In the meantime, I wonder if as a high grade, I could steal these ones.